guys? How are y'all doing? Sitting here debating again if I should go live or not, only because I am having to cut myself short so I don't have to spend forever putting the videos together, since phones only record like half an hour. Watching Sag still taking its sweet time. It's killing me. I almost did, but I probably should be wise about this and do a private one first, and let's do whatever. Make sure I even have serviceable intranet, since that one just keeps on wanting to come out tonight. 9 of Earth. Because you know I live in the middle of the mountains, so I mean I have Wi-Fi, it's just there's mountains everywhere. So okay guys, let's see. Now, before I get started, how many of you have felt Saturn going into Pisces? How many of you are so glad it's out of our sign? You would think Pisces might have to learn a lot of lessons like we did, right? And then I was having these flashbacks of whenever Saturn went into Pisces when I was a kid, and I was like, my mom is a Pisces, and like, no. When Saturn was in Pisces, all I did was like party and have fun, and my dad's a Cancer, so it was like they just had a blast. They totally ignored the consequences of Saturn. I mean, they paid for it, but I don't know. I'm like, Saturn goes through our sign, and it's kind of like the old, even though I know Saturn is like our old ruler and kind of a co-ruler with Uranus, I feel like in a way he's like a evil stepdad, or like a, you know what I mean? Like a mean old man who drags us through stuff. Even though I know it's supposed to be good lessons. And supposedly we're supposed to get little gifties at the end of our lessons. And I'm like, where's my gifty Saturn? Yeah, ghosted me. But where is it? Okay, guys. Let's see. We do have Venus going into Taurus on the 16th. Sorry, I've had a lot of like mouth farts, I guess, lately. Mercury goes into Aries, probably because Mercury's in Pisces right now. It's making us all like floaty. So it goes into Aries on the 19th. It went into Pisces on the 2nd. It's moved so fast, doesn't it? Sun goes into Aries on the 20th. 21st, new moon in Aries. 23rd, Pluto goes into Aqua. 25th, Mars goes into Cancer. Woo-wee. Have you guys been listening to astrologers talk about how crazy this month is? Which is reading really is just a general what you need to know for March. So, oh wow, okay. Tower coming, guys. Yay. Do we need any more of those? At least it's a pretty tower. Vibrant tower. I like good tarot. Recent past, Queen of Earth. I think some of you guys have really been standing in your power. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. Look how she is like so determined and solid and concrete in what her decisions are. And from here, like you can see the way it is, she's looking forward, looking to the present, to the future. And right now we have 3 of water, which is 3 of cups, is celebration, joy, engagement. Perhaps some of you are actually having some enjoyable times with those you love. What was that? I think I heard one of my cats out there do the little purr run. They're celebrating out there. I'm trying to look at that card because there's something else. There's something else, guys. I just feel it. Like a celebration of perhaps a victory, a long, hard-won victory. It didn't come easy. It's almost like came at a cost. Near future, we do have the tower, but I'm telling you, I love that tower. Look how that tower looks. It's almost like, instead of the tower moment where the tower crumbles, it's almost like you're building a tower. Like, all of those stones people use to throw at you, all of the coldness of other people, the cruelty, and the I feel it on the tip of my tongue, so give me a minute. The misery that they put you through is almost like your way of building your tower. You know, I know you've heard those phrases that, you know, the things that people throw at you, you can just build with it. And I feel like that's what you've done. And this tower is so, it's like in the heights. Imagine it being in a mountain that's with crisp and clean air, and your vibration is high, basically. Let's put it that way. I feel like from this tower, you can see out around you, see the world around you, and look down and observe what is and what is not. It doesn't mean that we don't have to go through a process. I'm thinking about reading what the Good Tarot says for this, if I can find the booklet. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I have so many stuffies everywhere. Like I do. I have like so many booklets. If I could find it. The only reason I'm curious about it is because I don't ever get this card. And even though we know what the tower is, I mean, if you've watched tarot enough, you know what the tower is. But isn't it kind of fascinating? I have a feeling that those of us who did the work when Saturn was in our sign are getting to build a tower of stability against all odds. But I feel like those Aquariuses who did not do the work, which I've known some, I actually have been burnt by one, and he did not do the work. He leaned on me to do all the work for him, and he did a lot of bad things. Those Aquariuses that did not learn their lessons, I have a feeling that, you know, the crisis comes whenever there's no support left. Like sometimes when someone does really bad things, they get a lot of immediate results, which makes them upset. And that's what happened to this person because, you know, I removed him from my life. But they're only focused on immediate results, immediate gratification. They don't really understand the implications, the consequences, the long-term ripple effect of being selfish and tyrannical and indulgent and cruel and cold. They don't understand that down the line, this will have a ripple effect for the rest of their life, especially when they intentionally chose to take advantage of someone, when they intentionally chose to coerce someone, when they intentionally chose to take advantage of someone, when they knowingly did it. That is something that you can't just come back from. Like, you may spend the rest of your life in penance and you can't ever really get that ick off of you. It's different if we make mistakes, but when you choose mistakes just because you're a greedy bastard, that is some danger coming on. So let's see what it says. Ooh, it says surprises. I don't know. I kind of love and kind of hate surprises. What about y'all? Okay, things happen really fast when this card shows up in a reading. Its appearance could portend a total paradigm shift or a sudden upheaval that takes something away in order for something better to take its place. It could be that I've had an epiphany. Whatever it is, this card tells me unexpected events will be very interesting and offer opportunities for positive transformation if I remain present with my eyes open. I don't know. I guess I kind of like it. I really do feel like some of us are that tower for other people. Like, I think it could certainly happen to us. But some of us might actually be presenting something to someone else, which causes an upheaval in their life. It doesn't mean that it's bad that you're going to do anything bad. What I'm saying is, if you're going to stand up for yourself in a way that people didn't expect, it's going to be a surprise to them, right? And vice versa. I mean, someone may do something for us. It could be anything, right? Kind of gives me the willy chillies because I'm like, I don't know. It may not be a bad thing. They got the stag going on. It could be a love offer. Something cute. Okay. Then we have the raven too. Yeah, it really ties together that Queen of Earth and Three of Water. The raven represents initiation and protection. And it can also represent the destructive forces in the world around us, especially when it's reversed. So they're being upright. I have a feeling, again, like I said, I felt like that celebration came at a cost. You had to go through a lot to get this victory. And the raven has this like the protective quality of it is like a cloak of, like, say your ancestors and spirit has got this black robe around you of protection. It's weird because I have talked to my daughter about this, how I used to dress a lot more goth when I was younger. I was never like full-blown white face because I don't have the energy or time to spend money on a bunch of white makeup, right? But I wore the spike collar, I had the black clothes, I had the black hair, you know, listened to Typo Negative and The Cure and like all this, you know. And so, and she kind of has her own little way of is doing that some. And I said, you know, people really don't get it. There are people, okay, it kind of irritates me because I've seen people who've gone to like Lady Gaga concerts and stuff and they dress like all punk goth and they sexualize it and they make it like dirty and lusty and that was never, like, so many people I know of, not all, but a lot of people who dress that way is because we feel it's like feels like a nice, warm, cozy protection between us and the world. You know, people dress that way when they're mourning, and it, like, black actually repels negative energy and it protects us, just like how certain black stones like onyx are protective in quality. Black candles can, a lot of times black candles are used for protection magic, not black magic. Red candles are a lot more often used for black magic because of how much control red has with passion. And I feel like this black cloak of warmth, of protection, a lot, when you see a lot of people that dress gothic or emo, they're usually really sensitive people, really tender-hearted, really sensitive, artistic, creative. They don't really feel like they fit in the world. And so that's kind of a protection for them. And you'll see a lot of people like my parents be like, oh, people just do it for attention and blah, blah, blah. And I don't care. Whatever. But what I'm saying is, seeing this raven, I do feel like you did honestly have to go through a time of mourning and accepting of people's destructive tendencies and maybe even your own. Sometimes we can be destructive when we're distraught and traumatized, and coming through that, you are protected because you need it. Spirit knows you need it. That's why you have a victory. You've been through enough. And so even though there's this tower moment coming, the surprise, it doesn't have to be negative. And the stag represents purity, pride, healthy pride, guys. Like pride in who you are and what you do for the right reasons. And sexual integrity, sexual maturity, passion in a positive way. I know I want to clarify. I'm so worried about taking so long. I realize that when I start channeling, it takes me a lot longer to do my messages than I would like because I really want to be in depth with them. I don't know, maybe either just I have to get a camera or something so I can take longer, or just have to do lives. But I probably should try to do a live on the unlisted first so that I can see if the quality even uploads okay. Because I really want to be able to just go and not ever have to stop until I'm ready. Ace of Coins, bottom of the deck. I think Capricorn had this. You may check your Astro macros, guys. Seven of Wands reversed. And Temperance reversed. Okay, yeah. You guys, when I said she is this is a very determined feminine, right? Seven of Wands reversed can be like overprotective. It can also be like, it can kind of be being the scapegoat. I'll say that, okay? And then we have Temperance reverse. That's a bit of imbalance, obviously. Imbalance, and could even be overcoming alcoholism or indulging in it, one or the other. With it being the Queen of Earth, I don't think that it was you guys if there was someone drinking heavily. I feel like it might have been someone you were dealing with and could have caused some issues. Now, in the present moment, we have the Sun reverse. Man, I know Capricorn got like Sun twice. One upright, one reverse. And the Magician. Okay. What I really feel like that is with the Sun reverse and the Magician is you guys are manifesting, but it's because of something that didn't work out the way you wanted it to. It's almost like because of an ending, because of a failed relationship, because of a failed circumstances, it actually propelled you into manifesting. It's like I've said before, when an arrow's pulled back, when it's let go, it just propels that much faster to its destiny, right? And I feel like that's exactly where you're at right now. As a matter of fact, you probably know, as much as this hurts, as much as this all hurt, you wouldn't be where you are right now. And I know some people get upset when they hear that, like, no, it doesn't make me stronger. And there was moments when we most certainly feel that way. But yet there's a part of you that knows that you couldn't be who you are today unless you had to go through that. As unfair as it is, it's not okay that it happened, but somehow you're able to completely and fully envelop what your destiny is now that you've gone through that. And we have the Tower clarified by the High Priestess and Nine of Pentacles. Oh, really? It's strange because this is a surprise coming that you don't expect. But this, it looks like some of you may be actually keeping it secret that you are actually more independent. That you're coming into your occupation, into your career, into your goals, into your dreams. Some of you might, like me, I'm an Aquarius, might actually be pursuing a career in psychic abilities, in your intuition, using your intuition to guide you in your career path. But for that to be part of the Tower, you know, it could be that if people find out, like if any of you happen to have any type of money being made through metaphysical arts, it doesn't have to be tarot. It can be astrology, it can be tarot, it can be Reiki, any of these things. It may be a Tower moment if anyone finds out because you kept it to yourself. And then also, some of you actually may not be prepared for how successful you're about to be when you tap into your intuition. It might shock you. For some people out there, especially for cross watchers, if you've dealt with a negative Aquarius, they might be the one who is in shock when they find out that you are using your intuition and you're so independent now that you don't need them anymore and that you don't even think about them anymore. You don't care about them anymore. And they're absolutely devastated because they thought maybe they broke you enough for you to come crawling back. But I think they underestimate a good Aquarian, didn't they? Or I should say, if you're a cross watcher, they underestimated whoever you are. And it's so weird because I'm wondering, like, how many other people have had to deal with their own sign that's like an alter, like a complete opposite, like an equal twin version of your sign. Because I mean, once you've done that, it's like mind blown when you actually see the stereotype of what everyone hates about a sign. And you end up like in a close relationship with them and you're like, oh my God, you're what everyone talks about. The poster child of the bad Aquarius. Isn't that awful? Okay, let's see. We have the Hierophant and Judgment reverse. Oh, that is the destruction, I'm telling you guys. The destruction was a bad relationship, a bad marriage, or a bad organization. And it was a bad judgment on your part to ever have anything to do with them. Or on their part to have anything to do with you. You know what I'm saying? It was a bad judgment call. bad, and that's what has caused so much pain. But the raven is reminding you you're protected through this, and it could be your way of having an initiation. Oh, no, I gotta hurry. I could take all night. Guys, I could go so deep. Okay. 9 of Cups and the Hermit reverse, clarifying the stag. That is celebration again. This is definitely a very, very positive, high emotional relationship that is coming. And with the Hermit reverse, I don't think you guys are going to be spending much time alone once you get together. Whoever you're thinking about or who's thinking about you, when y'all get together, it's going to move quickly. Very quickly. Probably quickly, more quickly than you expected. Sorry, I am checking the time. Thank God. Got almost 10 minutes. I hate rushing. It just kills me. Because I like actually feeling it out. I realize I can channel a lot more when I take my time. Thievery, legal matters. Do not want to come out the other side. Okay. With this relationship going wrong, there's a rich man. So here's what I'm thinking, okay? Either you or the other person was used for money. So someone might have used you because they thought that you had money. I mean, like, kind of like in my personal situation, this person has a history of only being with women that have rich father-in-laws. Well, so he can have a wealthy father-in-law. It could be something like that. It could be that you are a wealthy man, or some of you, it could be you might have ended up in a relationship with a wealthy man, and that's why it's so scary. Because if you end up in a relationship with someone who has a lot of money and they're the toxic one, they can use it against you, which can be very frightening, you know. We have a meeting in the recent past. With that Temperance, 7 of Wands, reversed. Somebody was really, really embarrassed and upset over a meetup. Okay? Someone was imbalanced and drank a lot over it too. You stood your ground. You probably said no to meeting up with this person again, and they lost their shit, got embarrassed, and started drinking heavily. Okay, this is not pickle juice. It looks like it is not. It's actually emergency and lemon juice. I reuse my jars. Don't judge. Or judge. Whatever. Okay. Main female. Yeah. Okay, you guys that are in your feminine, you're definitely in your own. I mean, main female, magician, you're getting over that sun reverse. You're celebrating with 3 of water. And then those of you who are interested in another feminine, maybe that is what you're celebrating. That's what you're manifesting. You need a really loving relationship. And in the future, high honors. Now I did end up pulling it reversed. Somebody does not want you to be successful. Also, because there is a delay in your success, you may not expect it. So when you actually get it, you're like, that's the epiphany, the shock. Like, what? Living room. Okay, remember I said, you guys, if you end up with this love relationship, not only are you going to be successful, victory, like, what is it? Celebrating, and you probably won't be spending much time alone because you're going to end up being with this person. You may be spending many, many nights just watching movies together, just relaxing together. You may not even want to spend much time apart for a while, which is good and bad. You know, sometimes the relationships get off hot and heavy. It can be too much love bombing, and, you know, a lot of times those don't last. But if this is someone that you've had your eye on for a while, or you really know in your intuition and vibration is meant to be, it actually can be a really enjoyable time for you. Your pain is simply fertile soil for a bright future. Grow a garden with it. Make it your muse. Yeah, vulnerable, covert narc. Guys, the person you were with, they were not the typical grandiose narc. They were that vulnerable type. That type that plays the victim. Boo-hoo, poor me. They act like they're humble. They act like they're kind. They pretend they're, you know, they're empathic, but they're not. Totally been there, guys. I pay for sex and lie about it. Okay. when you didn't meet up with this person again, remember how I said they lost their crap, they got upset, they went drinking, they went and paid for sex too. They either did a cheap hookup on some dating site or, you know, did it with the first person who would take them, because that's how hurt and upset they were, which just makes them even less valuable to anyone in the future. So they're just digging their grave deeper and deeper. Their karmic, like, yuck is just getting to be sludge. Their whole aura is like sludge at this point. Watch your back, they're bad news. Guys, okay. This, whatever you ended, this sun reverse that you had to actually get out of and protect yourself from and manifest something new, this person is still, like, in this present moment, still out to get you. Like, even though they're sleeping around, they're doing all this nasty stuff, they still, like, want revenge. They're so bitter. They're so petty. They're bad news. They really won't be able to handle it if you're successful in the future. One last try. Have hope it may work this time. This person's going to come crawling around begging for you to work things out if you actually end up looking successful. Like, they're going to want a piece of it. Liar, backstabber, envy, and a female hate stalker. Okay, guys, here's the thing. Even if you end up in a new love relationship, your ex is going to try to stir up trouble. Or their ex is going to try to stir up trouble. Which is, I mean, it's typical, isn't it? It's not like we don't expect this stuff. Okay, yes. I must say, whoever sent me these lovely cards, thank you. I do appreciate it. Any of you guys who like, comment, donate, sub, I do appreciate you guys so much. It means a lot to me. I love doing this. It's my little way for a spoonie who has chronic pain to be able to do something out there for the world. Besides just caring about me, you know? I mean, I think a lot of us that have, like, disabilities and stuff, we sometimes feel like we're not able to contribute. So this is my way. The ever unfolding rose cracked open is happening for you, not to you. I believe that, guys. I do. Okay. Like, again, I think it was the Freedom Cell thing. I was watching John Bush and people, and they're agorists. A lot of them are spiritual. They're not religious. Some of them are. Some of them are not. But he had talked about that, how to kind of, like, you know, break your fragility, learn how to be stronger and more resilient. And one of those things is by realizing that everything is happening for you, not to you. And it's true, because, I mean, I could totally play the victim myself. I've gone through so much stuff too that, yeah, I could just be a victim. And have I been victimized? Sure. But realizing it's happening for us, like, it enables us to accomplish that. I can't even imagine. It's just weird how we get blessed. The more people try to harm us, the more we get blessed. It's just simple as that. Inner temple devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. Okay, that's what this is in the present moment, guys. This is what I think you guys are doing. Like, this is why you're able to shake off this other kind of karmic, false twin flame person. Because you are actually realizing that you are the temple of the Holy Spirit. You are the divine. You are the water bearer, the Holy Grail. It's you. It's me. It's you. It's us. It's in us. Okay. Ooh, okay. Remember how we've got the Tower and we've got the success and the intuition, the secrets, and someone may want to try to interrupt that. We have take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. If we actually have realized where we belong, what we're meant to do, we don't have to rush it. Like, that's an issue for me too. I had to realize that when I first started doing this. And whatever your goal is in your future, thinking that you can just get there by working hard. Oh, I don't want to have to stop this. Crap. It's telling me I have to stop it, then I'm going to have to upload it. Hold on. Now, you see why I want to go live so bad. I just can't stop talking, and I want to. Okay, now listen, and this is going to literally be like 2 minutes I have to add to this, which is going to take me an extra couple of hours to get done. Is what it is. Okay, what I was going to say though is like, whatever you really want to do, your passion, what is it, Aquarius, that you want to do with your future? Those of you out there who really are, and even cross watchers, if you really do want the highest good for all, if you really want to do what you were put here to do, you really don't want to have to come back and repeat this test, guys. I mean, if you have been groomed and conditioned to not think that you're going to have to come back if you fail, that there's only one life, like you'll never get this life back. This life is important. But to think that you won't have to come back and have another life if you fail this test, it is a dangerous thing that people have tried to I mean, like those of you who are raised Christian, it's not even biblical. It repeatedly talks in there about even Elisha coming back and that John the Baptist was Elisha. You will see pastors and people in seminary school saying, no, that's not what it means. It means something totally different. Bullshit. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Nowhere in there can you ever say that that's not what it meant. It flat out brought up reincarnation in the Bible, okay? I have had dreams of past lives. I've had memories of past lives my whole life. And I think it's because I really want this to be the last one because I am so done. Why do you think I want to do this work? And what's so crazy is it took me this long to stand up for myself and do what I believe because I was so busy trying to not make waves because I was groomed and conditioned my whole life to not make waves. Be a good little girl and sit in the corner and shut up, Angel. Don't make waves. Don't challenge anything. And I'm an Aquarius, for crying out loud, right? That's my... Anyway. So what I'm saying is, you guys, whether you want to believe in past lives or not, go watch some of those near-death experiences and see how many people realize that they've had past lives when they died and went to the other side and came back. Okay, I haven't watched any one of them where they came back and said, oh, I was told tarot readers going to hell. Nowhere in the Bible does it say you can't do that. And, you know, I know we've come from all walks of life. We were not all raised that way, but this is the way I was raised, right? And as a matter of fact, like, they use the Urim and Thummim, which is basically oracles. Just so y'all know. So, if you guys want to get through this, take a deep breath. And I mean, this is near future. So say the rest of this month, what have you, okay? Understand that this is your whole life. This is not something that you accomplish overnight. You might even be a success overnight, and that's okay. But if you want this to be a lifelong purpose that you're pursuing, that you're finishing, that you're wrapping up, I think a lot of people really do want to level up and move on. And if that's what you want to do, you don't have to try so hard. We were never meant to be here and work so hard and work ourselves to the bone. We've all been also groomed and conditioned to work ourselves to the bone because we're afraid we can't pay the dang bills. That is not why we were put here. It's sad that we ever have to feel that way. Nothing else in nature has to pay bills to survive. It's just, okay, money was invented by people that have no talent. Because we used to have bartering and trading. The rich elites are only good at like delegating and coercing and dictating. So they had to create money because they had nothing to offer us. All of us with talents, we can't pay our bills now with talents because they created a system for people who have no talent. So just take your time and enjoy this. Enjoy it. Whether you actually are really successful or you're becoming successful and independent, at the end of the day, this needs to be a lifelong goal, not something that you have to struggle for. We have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? If you knew you were supported, what would you do? If you really trusted that spirit, that your ancestors, that everything around you, angels and heavenly beings of all types were supporting you, what would you do? Woo-wee. I'm digging this one. Warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? I'm telling you guys, this is what I knew this reading was about. I just knew it. So, we've been through the ringer. Saturn has definitely dragged us through. We've gone through some bull, but it's brought out something. It's brought out this inner calling to, and those of you who are masculine can be a warrior man. It's brought out something in us. It's brought out, I think more than anything, what Aquariuses are meant, which is a desire for authenticity. Do you want to be your authentic self? I do. Isn't it time? I think we should support each other too. More and more of us just should support each other in pursuing our highest calling. And I hope you guys do. I do. I really do. If you made it this far, please comment, please like. I hope those of you who resonated with it can actually walk away from this rejuvenated and have a little bit of courage and hope and more determination. But you don't have to be in this energy of being determined to fight your way through bad people anymore, or feel like you have to like hold up tight walls because you're feeling you're having to defend yourself against negative people. Instead, just raise that vibration and focus on being determined to pursue your highest calling, to know you're supported in the unseen, and that it is going to be okay. It is. I love you and I bless you. Until next time.